Okay, so before the video starts, the title of the video is how he can possibly get a Hyperion, which costs. We go to the auction house. This thing costs about, at the lowest bid and bin, 7 or almost 800 million coins. Yeah, almost 800 million coins at the lowest bid at any stars, at bin only, auction only. It's a little bit more iffy because it's going to be hard to win these. So, bin only. 798 million coins. How can we easily get that with as little effort as possible? Now, the real answer is AFKing, money-making methods, and farming. Because for farming, you literally just have to hold a few buttons. Literally, for this farm specifically, if you make it this design, you just have to hold 2 buttons. You just hold left or D and left click, and you just move whenever you fall to the other direction, and you can make money like that for 2 buttons. Or you can be like me and just sit in an AFK pool and have 2 AFKing money making methods working at the same time. Now, personally, there are faster ways, but to be honest, judging from how people like play Skyblock, they just want the best stuff possible as soon as possible. So obviously grinding would be a lot faster, but let's be honest, people are sometimes or very often really lazy to grind. And this is kind of an alternative solution to this for all the lazy people out there who want the easy way out. Just AFK. Just set up AFK money making methods like me and farm that you can farm every once in a while. Because with this farm, every few days, you're gonna be making a consistent 20 to 30 mil with however big this farm is, plus tier 5 tarantula minions, but you don't need the tarantula minions. We're just gonna talk about this because tarantula minions, when do you get them? How do I check? Oh, I guess I can probably check through the bat phone, except I don't know where I put that. Um, where did I put that? It should be really obvious where I left it because it's just a phone right here. Okay, let's see. So if you can get tarantula, um, tarantula 5, then you can go ahead and get tarantula minions, set those up, and let them work. But other than that, you just need a cactus farm. Cactus farm, probably most likely bigger than this, and that's really all you need. Because in a few days, I would make, with this size farm, or I guess it was lower before, I would make around 9 to 11 mil worth of cactus. And in theory, I've only spent maybe a few 100,000 coins because quartz is what I chose to build my farm. Sand, obviously. You don't have to put glass, but I think it just looks nice. You can put a cheaper block or not any block at all if you don't want to. As long as your water is collecting everything, then you don't need this. But glass is, for some reason, really expensive. So I just bought glass because I can afford it. And of course the cactus was free because I just go to the farming islands and farm a bunch of cactus really quick. So it's not that expensive. The storage system is not that expensive as well. Just put a bunch of chests, a bunch of hoppers, all this coal is unnecessary, but this was when I realized that I could have just done 2 furnaces. So you just need 2 furnaces, which will cost you around maybe 100k, 100 to 200k maybe, and that's pretty much all you need. And maybe a few chests like this to auto refill your furnaces. But other than that, that's really all you need. It's a really cheap setup. You can literally do this the second you start the game. Just unlock the farming islands, and try to set up a cactus farm. Obviously, you would want to get cactus, um, cactus, I forgot the level, cactus 9, 8, cactus 8, because you want enchanted cactus recipe, just so you can auto craft easier, but that's not that big of a deal. I honestly got it when I was collecting cactus for the farm, so it really wasn't too hard. For some reason now I have around 75k, 74k cactus collection just from trying to get enough cactus for this farm. But let me just show you how easy it is to make this, because it really isn't too hard. So you would get some slabs, some sand, or whatever material. You can use a full block if you want. I just prefer slabs because, well, it's cheaper and you get more of value from it. But this is all you really have to do. You plant your first layer, which is the hardest layer. You wait for it to grow a little bit. 2 layers is enough up to the second stage, but if you can wait for 3, then it'll be way easier. But this is all you have to do. You just stand and just place. You just place the slab. What happened there? I don't even know how I did that. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, we'll pretend that didn't happen. But all you really have to do is just do this. I need to fix this because I messed up. But this will happen eventually. You will mess up, but it's not the end of the world. You're not losing money. You're not like wasting time, because as you're building, the cactus farm will continue making money. The layers beneath this will still work no matter what. And that's all you have to do. Just place all of that. Then you just continue on with the next row, and until you're done with this. And when you are done, all you have to do is now place the sand on top, which is, again, not too difficult. It's just literally doing the same thing, except with sand. And once you're done with the sand, you just do the same thing again, and put cactus. And that's really all there is to a cactus farm. Don't overthink it. The only downside to this, actually, is that it takes time, but you can easily, like, make the process faster mentally. Because for me, I just watch a show. I just have a few shows I want to catch up on the side, and like maybe after an episode, which is around 20-30 minutes, I'm already done with this layer. This whole layer. And then I just move on to the next layer, or I guess I would wait a bit and then move on to the next layer. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to the cactus farm. And that's how little effort I get when I make all this money. Now, how much money this makes? With the tarantula minions, you could possibly make around 30-ish mil. But without it, you would be making 20 mil every few days. Now, this isn't including like all the other things you could do, because this is just AFK. So as long as you're on your island, or as long as someone is on your island, this farm will work. And while you're doing this farm, you could possibly have set up other farms like Nether Wart, carrots. Um, what else is a good crop? Sugarcane. If you have any of those farms set up, you can go ahead and farm those, and this will still work. And in theory, if you farm this, you farm sugarcane, whatever crop you want, alongside having a cactus farm, you can potentially make around 40 plus mil a day because of the profit you'll be making from your other crops, plus your everyday profit from a decently sized cactus farm. Now, for me, I consider this to be a relatively small cactus farm. It's not even a quarter of the island. It's not even half, for sure not full island, but it's a relatively small island or a relatively small farm compared to how big the island is, because I really didn't measure it. I just placed blocks until I felt like it was good enough, or until I ran out of blocks in my inventory. So that's my mistake. I really do recommend you would measure it first. And that's pretty much it. 40 to like potentially 40 mil a day. You can make let's see. 40 mil times 7. You can potentially make around 280 mil within 1 week. And that's not even a joke. If you can make a good cactus farm, if you can farm consistently with this, with netherwort, sugarcane, and carrots, because I think carrots is still good, then you can potentially make almost 300 mil a week. And you're really not doing anything. You're really doing the only work you're really doing is let me find the hoe. Let me find another more hoe. This is as much work as you're gonna be doing. And this goes with the sugarcane farm too, and the carrot farm. You're just gonna be doing this. This is all you're gonna be doing. Now optimize your speed accordingly, because having 400% speed is not good for you when you're farming. Well, this is all you're gonna be doing. And once you reach at the end, I guess it's on the other side. Let's just go down here. Once you reach at the end, you're just gonna end up falling. You just have to push another button in literally the opposite direction. Once you fall, as I'm going to fall soon, right now, just hold the other button, you're good. Have teleport pad set up, and you can infinitely farm this with only 2 buttons. Now, this can be the same thing for sugarcane, except you would be farming it like straight, or I guess straight. Yeah, you would be farming it straight. So something like this, except facing like right in front of you, not looking down. Same thing for carrots. You would potentially be doing something like this as well. And moving on to the other side, because I used to have a carrot farm, 3 layers. And that made a really good amount of money. And they grow really fast too. So netherworts, carrots, sugarcane, and every once in a while just add onto your cactus farm. Once you see that this has grown, just fill up the layer, wait for the next layer to grow. You can farm in the meantime, and just continue. And the reason why I think this is better is because most money-making methods these days are fairly inconsistent. Dungeons requires you to have good gear, a good team, and RNG. Same thing with Slayers. It requires you to have good gear, and if you want, you can have a little team set up, and of course, really good RNG. Same thing if you want to for some reason grind on dragons, you need to get good gear so you can place high and good RNG because you want the more rare drops. Farming, on the other hand, it's very consistent because whatever you get your first harvest, you're most likely going to get like the similar amount of money because it's the same amount of crops. So there's no RNG involved, there's no gambling or loot, and there's no flipping required. The setup is really cheap, and you can literally start doing this the second you start. So the second you start, maybe start grinding a few collection levels for farming, for any of the farming stuff. Go ahead and start your cactus farm. Go ahead and start another wart farm, sugarcane farm, pumpkin farm, because you'll eventually need these boots. And just go ahead and make as much money as possible. If you can potentially make, let's say, what I said, almost 300 mil a day, then within 1 month, you can get the sword. The Hyperion sword that everyone wants. And that is literally all you have to do. Making money these days is honestly really easy. So don't worry about it too much. Don't overthink it. And just go ahead and start farming because farming is the best money making method out there.